So in America, men and women are equal in our ability to work jobs, in our ability to parent, and almost all things we're equal. But society has to understand that being equal, as far as equal opportunity for jobs, does not mean that we equally desire the same things. We are still biologically different, even though that we could socially do the same things. So women that make anywhere from $0 to $100,000 typically like bad boys. And because in modern society, we equate equality to being the same. Equality means that women think that everything that they want in a man is what a man would want in a woman. So because women are attracted to bad boys, um, they think that for some reason that men are attracted to bad women. Um, and that's not the case. So we don't want the same things. It's weird because there's women that come from poverty and there's women that make over $100,000 and they're still attracted to the same type of criminal minded man. And once again, in terms, uh, a lot of women think that that's what good men are looking for, these ride or die chicks. But it's not the same. Guys that have value, that have come from the ghetto or never been to the ghetto, they actually don't want that. They don't want those type of women. They don't want a ride or die chick. They actually want a regular woman. Now, don't get me wrong. Some guys, a lot of guys that typically probably didn't have the courage, or we call it mouthpiece, to approach beautiful women, when they become financially successful, yeah, some of these guys that never had confidence, maybe they'll try to turn a promiscuous woman or a woman that they could never get in their younger years into a marriageable woman. Not saying that she's not marriageable, but she's not his type and he's not her type, not for the long term. I mean, opposites attract sometimes. So I could see how sometimes, it might, it just looks like, hey, I want to try something new. But overall, those relationships don't work. I mean, Pookie and Prince Charming don't have the same standards of beauty. It just doesn't. Like, the things that a Pookie will accept and empower are not identical to the things that a prestigious Prince Charming that, typical women would want. The guy that can afford to wine and dine, that, doesn't have a checkered background. I mean, I get it. Like, there was this thing in the 90s where men would want a freak in sheets, a lady in the streets, but a freak in the sheets. So it's like, I guess the opposite of that would be that there was women who would like a man that's thug minded, but to be in a suit. Like 50 Cent had a show From G's to Gents, and I guess that's the ideology, or that's the typical type of archetype that women would want. A guy that, he has street cred, but then is still book smart. But that's literally only one type of guy. A person that has street smarts and has book smarts, as far as a man, is a reformed thug. Reformed thug, meaning that he had to, at some point in his life, live the street life, versus a guy that never had street cred, that has been successful. Maybe he liked gaming and maybe he liked Pokemon or something like that. He's never an option because he never has that street edge that women are looking for. So it's almost like if you've never experienced poverty, or if you've never been into the streets or been a thug, then they're not checking for you. A lady in the sheets and a freak in the sheets has nothing to do with criminality. Women are attracted to reformed criminals more than they're attracted to guys that have never been criminals. So this is why, once again, you can equate equality of opportunity to equal standards of dating and wedding or courting. We're not the same. Good men don't like bad girls the way that women, good or bad, street or prestigious, have a thing for bad boys. That's just a fact.